What a wonderful move by silver last week, hitting the lows at 55.5. All our followers, those who have followed me on my weekly and daily forecast, yet again have profited beautifully, because we are the ones who have been advocating a sell in silver since long, when everyone in the market was going gaga with the buys in silver with all the EVs and solar cell production and you can say other attributes as well. We were with the cells, and see how beautifully right from 120 it has come down all the way towards 55.5, closing at 59, almost 50% from the highs. What to expect now in the coming week? Are we looking forward to a further drop here, or the lows are done and wait for a bounce back like this all the way towards 80? What should be our strategy? Let's start. Let's analyze the charts and arrive at the levels. Towards the end of the update, I'll be sharing the trading levels. So watch till the now. First, on the weekly chart, see what we had seen here is, see this rise, then a retracement, not retracement, I'll say drop, then a retracement, then the drop, lower lows, then a retracement. Now if you connect the lows and the highs, you will find this is how it is trading. Now where are the lows aiming towards? It is still got a room for it to move towards 54, 52 and 50 levels as well. Yes, it has still got further downside available here. If you look at the bottom of the channel, this is right now somewhere close to 50, and if you look at the previous consolidation zone after delivering this breakout, we had seen gold consolidating at around 48.50 levels. So this zone is very crucial for silver here, 48, 50, 52, 54 and 55. So this zone is very crucial for silver. And right now if you look at, now let me take you a little back in history. If you see the movement in silver rise, then it has stayed sideways for multiple years, and after a decade long consolidation, we had seen this breakout coming in right from the lows at almost $30 levels. We had seen it quadrupling all the way towards 120. Now see the moving averages. If you look at the weekly moving averages, these have crossed over here. These were sideways till 2024, and in last 2.5 years we have seen an exponential rise, and neither of the weekly charts have even showed any signs of convergence. So after a while now, you can see the weekly moving averages are trying to converge, which is a bearish indication. Then next point is price has stayed below the 50 weeks average, and this is the last time it has tried to attempt or attempted to breach below 50 weeks average, and since then we had seen a very strong run. So yes, this is a good point. This still suggests that there is bearishness prevailing across silver. We have to be careful. Next is the kind of resistance it has generated here, and since the resistance at 80, price has just delivered lower highs and lower lows. And even if you look at the last week's candle, you can see this is closed at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, definitely pushing pressure on the bands to expand. Second, it has left a tail on the downside. See, previous also we had seen this breaking, and last week I had mentioned if you see it staying below 64, 62, just stick to sell. We are looking at 58, 55 zone. Now it has again left a tail here on the downside. So if at all it opens flat and keeps moving lower, I think we are going to see 54, 52, 50 or in fact 48 as well. And this time if it drops, this is going to be a bigger, deeper drop here. This can take it below 50. You have to be watchful here. And in the last few weeks, you have seen almost 10% a week is it has become a norm here, either on the upside or on the downside. Both ways, almost at 5 to 10%, definitely a move which it captures. So I wouldn't be surprised if at all, even if it tries to move below 50 this time. But for this, it has got tremendous support levels here. First at around 56, then at around 54. So I'll say every $2 till 48, silver has got tremendous support. I'll give you the precise levels towards the end. Also look at the super trend. This is turned red since long now, and this is staying in red. And now see, this was when it is stayed flat. Now this is looking downwards, so it appears this is going to keep moving like this here. When you look at the previous moves, you will find, see, super trend has turned green on the weekly charts way back here in 2023. This is the time when it is turned green, and since then you can see silver has just stayed bullish. Now this is turned green after almost 3.5 years. So the possibility of prices staying bearish in the near term cannot be denied. But also a little retracement is what we have to focus on, if at all now silver breaks beyond $62 levels, 64 levels, these are going to remain tremendous resistances, and then the ultimate one at 66. Once it stays beyond 66, I think then we can expect a possible reversal. However, I'll say 70, 72 is also one of the key levels, psychological market 70, 72. If and only if in the near future silver stays beyond 70 and 72, then we can expect that 80 should also be there very, very soon. But for now, see, looking at the move it is not showing much strength here, and hence we need to exercise caution. The next thing is, see, it is consolidated here, then this drop has appeared, then a swing, taken the support at 50 period, breaching this, though this is a breakout candle ideally. Now post breakout, ideally we can expect another follow-up candle from here, so possibility exists that in the coming week also it can try to stay bearish. However, I'll still wait for it to break below the key support levels. Now remember, 59 was the resistance what we had seen last week, and a support as well. So now it has to stay below 59, 58 zone, the first crucial milestone, 57.2, next 56, next 55, or in fact I'll say the downside support levels are very, very getting stronger now. Till 50 also achievable, but definitely difficult as well. Look at the stochastic, this is oversold, so this support that now this has come towards an oversold zone. And in general, if you look at historically, silver tries to bounce back from these oversold levels, and it has already been couple of weeks since it is stretched in this oversold zone. So I'll watch out, but it is not that, see, look at this, when it was bullish it has stayed overbought for months and weeks, and hence don't be surprised if it stays here oversold for months and weeks. Coming to MACD, now look at this beauty here, what an exponential rise. And historically also, if you look at, see, even if it has not surpassed these levels as well, and hitting these levels also we had seen a greater consolidation. Now this time the drop is coming from the extremes here. These were the insane levels, and every rise here we advocated that silver is going to crash. What has happened? A major crash, right from 120 we have now seen it at almost 60 here, so 50% is already erased. Moving averages, if you see the MACD, these are still trading with divergence and staying bearish. Now imagine from where these crossovers appeared, almost at plus 1200 plus 1500 zone. Imagine if it keeps moving towards minus 1200 minus 1500. Just imagine where the prices are going to go. Can we expect it to move towards 20? But I think even if it has to trade bearish, it can wait a little or trade with swings. It is not that this is going to be a straight line drop. There has to be little pullback, but let's focus on the coming week. In the coming week, there is a scope that it can continue with the downside. RSIs, if you look at, this is also looking downwards, which is again a bearish indication here. So on the weekly charts, more or less the indicators are still not in favor of a reversal. And if you look at the same on the daily chart, see, on the daily charts also moving averages crossed over. These are trading with divergence, staying bearish. Also notice after every drop it tries to retrace towards 20 period, and now see, already we had seen a massive fall here, and now almost forming a double bottom, it is trying to retrace. Now where is the 20 period sitting? 20 period is sitting close to 65, and this makes this zone at 64, 66 a tremendous resistance zone. And remember, till 70, 72 it's not yet a reversal. That is also pretty clear. Now what it has done for the last couple of trading sessions, see, a reversal sign possibly, and a double bottom, and this is the first greener candle. So now in the coming week, once you see it staying above 60, 62 levels, stay with the buys for a possible move towards 65, 66 as well. However, definitely the resistances are not going to be easy for silver to break beyond, and hence you have to be trading with caution and strictly with the trailing stop loss. While on the downside now, it is also important for it to stay below 55. Notice drop, slight retracement, and this time if it drops and trades below 55, I think we are going to see a very, very good fall. In fact, $50 levels should not be too far. Now see the moving averages, if you look at, first of all, how it is trying to trade, see this, connect the lows, connect the highs. This is a nice bearish flag here. So the lows here are aiming towards 50. That is also very clear, because see these two lows, and it appears 50 is the next one which it would like to achieve. However, the last two candles were in favor of a pullback. I'll say just wait for a couple of more sessions before it tries to reverse. By that time, the moving average will also come down. Now, if you see here also, look at the moving averages. These have stayed bullish for months and weeks. And since the crossover, now this is again second time these have crossed over, and these are still staying on the sell side, and that is why I say at least till 70 72, I think we should not be treating this for a good buying entry. Be careful with this. Yes, a little rise cannot be denied, 65 68 70. Now see, right now it is closed at 59 70 from the current levels is a 20% yield here. uh, Again, possible but difficult. Look at the stochastic here. What is the stochastic has done? It has come towards an oversold zone. Notice from these levels it tries to bounce back, and it is possible that it can post a recovery from here. While the MACD is still staying bearish, and from these levels it generally tries to bounce back. But if you look at this rise here, where was MACD plus 1000, and right now it is just at minus 300 minus 400. Imagine it keeps moving towards minus 1000, where the price is gonna be possibly below 40, below 30 levels. But for now it appears silver prices have come to a point where it has to decide, or we can say the lows are not too far. 50 is what you should look at. However, this is just on weekly charts. I will show you something on the monthly charts, and monthly charts will completely change the picture on what to expect from silver in the next few weeks. So smaller time frames definitely shows a possibility of a pullback. Now coming to the 4-hour, see on the 4-hour charts, look at the support it has created, rise, retracement. Again, 20 period, it has just kissed 20 period and struggled here. In my daily update, I have mentioned very clearly that 59, 59.5 level should offer it a very good resistance, and 60 is the one, anyway, the psychological mark which it has to break beyond. Beyond this, 62 is the ultimate one. If at all silver stays beyond 62, that's the call for a greater reversal. Notice what has happened: drop, sideways movement, drop, retracement. So now let's track the movement. This is how silver is trading for the last few weeks. And the highs of this channel, the more time it spends on the downside, possibly the highs are going to come at towards 64, 66. And that is why I say only reversal confirmation in silver is now if you see it is staying above 70, 72 levels. Till then, you should not be treating this as a bullish reversal. Yes, stochastic is getting overbought. And friends, before we look into further details here, if you are also willing to learn this art of trading, be a part of my 40th mentorship batch starting first week of July in the next Monday. Connect with me, write an email, ping me or telegram for queries. Also, this comes with an added advantage that you will be added to our paid signals channel for no cost, so that we ensure that you recover your fee here. And once you are done with the recovering your fee, you can decide whether to trade independently, which is our focus, or trade with our signals channel. Yes, we also have a paid signals channel where if you're not joining the course, you can be part of the paid signals and enjoy the profitability here. Reach out to me for queries. My telegram and email IDs are there in the channel and video description. And yes, also friends, it is very important for all of us to have a trusted partner and a recommended broker where you can trade safe, which offers you swap free account, lowest spreads, no hidden charges, easier transactions and easier withdrawals from across the globe. You can find the recommended broker link also in the channel and video description. Do not miss to join it and enjoy hassle-free and safe journey. And yes, this is a weekly forecast. I do share my twice-a-day updates here on YouTube. First with the Asia and Europe session, and next before the US session, which is the most detailed and exhaustive update. So yes, the second update, US session update, is for our YouTube channel members. Those who have joined the top tier membership here, the level 3 membership here, will get access to this. So join the channel memberships here as well. With that, now look at the stochastic here is getting overbought, but see the MACD here on the 4-hour charts. Right at the lows, it is just crossed over. This is trading with divergence. This suggests that it is further upside available. RSI coming out of the oversold zone, which is also a very good sign for further up move. So on the smaller time frame, it suggests that 4-hour chart, daily chart, it suggests that silver can try to retrace, while on the weekly and higher time frames, it has still got room for further downside. Now look at the monthly charts. And did you see my monthly forecast for June? If you have not, just see that. Very clearly we had mentioned, see this body size sideways movement. So next candle when it appears, it can deliver the similar size of body. And now see what it has done. Similar size of body is done. In fact, it has kissed the 20 period moving average as well. And then the median is sitting at 50. So it is very crucial for silver to break this zone. Now this is a 20 months average. 20 months average is sitting at 55, and the median of Bollinger Bands is at 50. Remember, when the price trades below median of the Bollinger Bands, I see this as a bearish indication, greater bearish indication. Now see the move, rise, retracement, then this exponential rise. So just connect it like this, you will find this is the broader channel in which it is trading. Where are the lows aiming at? The lows are too far towards 30. But then the first and the most strongest support which silver is going to get here is at 54, 55 levels first, and then 50 levels and 48 levels. Till 48, I'll say tremendous support is available. Now notice this is just the second bigger red candle, and in the near future it can continue to deliver 2 to 3 red candles from here. If at all, even if it delivers half the size or same size, I see that price specifically for silver might see a level below 4,000 as well. But we have to wait a little, too early to jump onto that conclusion. Why so? Yes, on the smaller time frames things are getting slightly oversold. Look at the monthly charts, the stochastic hitting the lows here. It can stretch here this drop, but yes, a large, now the support levels will get stronger. Now this is important. See the MACD. Now historically also, if you look at, see MACD, whenever it hits the highs it retraces. Now this is the convergence here. It is not yet crossed over. Wait for it to cross over. Remember, it has already seen extreme highs here. These are insane levels. From here it is trying to converge. Wait for a crossover. This could confirm the potential reversal here in silver prices for the near to midterm, where maybe a year down the lane prices are still going to stay bearish and may trade lower than the current levels. However, remember, this is still not confirming a complete reversal. On the downside, now 50 and 48 is what you have to wait for. Look at the RSI. After forming a top here, it is reversing, and this is now looking downwards, which suggests that silver has still got bearishness here in inherent. So what you should do now? See, on the buy side, 59.55, 60.2, 61. Till here it has got tremendous resistance, and in fact 62 included as well. These four are the key levels which will decide what silver wants to do, because once it trades beyond 62, we are looking at 63.8, we are looking at 65, we are looking at 66.5, and then 68. Tremendous resistances on the upside, 70 and 72 the next. However, right now it is not showing much strength on the upside, and that is why I say till 62 also you should be cautious with the buys here. On the downside, what you should, I will recommend you to sell at 58.40, expect 57.80, 57.10, 56, and then 55. Once it stays below 55, stay short for 53.75, 52, then 50. The most important number here, below which 48 should be there very soon. Take your trades and positions accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Join my mentorship batch and signals channel. Reach out to me for your queries. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates, and join the channel memberships here on YouTube, and enjoy the members exclusive update. Thank you. Have a great profitable week ahead and a happy weekend. Thank you.